Hey guys, Professor Andrew Buckley here from Cavalo Martial Arts. Last week we went through a basic cross-collar choke, so I'm going to show you a variation to that if we can't get a good enough grip that we want. So let's dive into it. So I have one of my students, George, here with me. So George is here inside my closed guard, okay? So last week we made a video, posted a video on how to break posture. So if you haven't seen it, please guys go check it out. I'm going to kind of just skip through some of that stuff and just do it naturally as I normally do. So off centering here like this, opening the lapel, using legs, boom, I have George broken down, okay? Now the difference between the cross-collar choke we did last week and the one we're gonna do now is my hand right here, okay? Last week I was able to get it nice and deep and I had a really good grip, okay? But this week, as I broke the posture here like this, George is already starting to try to posture up on me here like this, okay? So I don't have time to slowly start feeding my hand in nice and deep. He's already starting to posture up, he's already starting to go, okay? So as I have this, I'm using my elbow and my hip, I'm holding George, I'm breaking that posture. Now, I'm using my free hand, I'm gonna start to unwrap the lapel, okay? So I might have to open the guard again like this. I start to open, start to pull, and I get that tail out, okay? So I'm holding the bottom of the lapel, the bottom of this tail here, okay? Now, I'm gonna open that, I'm gonna try to bring it all the way across George's body, okay? So now from here, I'm gonna release the hand that's in his lapel up top. I'm gonna release that, and I'm gonna come on top, and I'm just gonna anchor George to me here, using the lapel, okay? So my elbows are in tight to my body, they're not flared. If they're flared, it's not strong enough, George is gonna posture up here on me. My elbows in nice and tight to my body. My free hand now is going to come underneath George's neck, and now I'm going to pass it off, okay? So now my left hand is holding the tail of the lapel. My forearm is in the side of George's neck, okay? I'm not using the back of my wrist. My knuckles aren't out, okay? I'm using the palm towards me, and I'm trying to get the bone in the side of my wrist right into the side of George's neck here, okay? So I have the tail of the lapel. Now right from here, I'm going to give it just a little bit of a wrist curl. Okay? Now we can all see that George is now off-centered. He's not facing me, he's not on top. He's off-centered. So I need to come to the other side of George. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to get my foot on George's hip, and I'm going to use my left leg to kick George across, okay? Much like we would an armbar. So my foot's going to go to the hip. I'm going to still get a nice little pinch with my knee here like this. I don't ever want to have my knee just flared out and flared down. So my knee's still pitched up, and now I'm just going to kick and offset myself. Now as soon as I've offset myself, my hand is going to reach right into the lapel. And I'm just going to make a grip. Now my elbow is going to collapse down, and as my elbow's coming back down, I square back up to George. Okay? I have a really good wrist curl, and now I'm just going to sit up, and I'm going to get my tap right here. Okay guys, so we offset ourselves, we reached in, we used our legs, we broke George's posture down. My hand came to the outside, I opened the lapel, I brought it across the body, I released, held the lapel at the tail with the bottom end, I anchored myself to George, keeping my elbows in nice and tight. I'm going to pass the lapel off, palm facing us. Now I'm going to have just a nice little wrist curl. I'm going to offset myself with my foot to the hip, reaching for the lapel, coming back into my closed guard, and now I'm just going to sit up, squeeze, and then get my tap right from there. Okay guys, so it's a nice little variation for when we can't get that hand in nice and deep, okay? So something for us to try, have fun. Always, guys, when you're training with a training partner, always ask for feedback. You know, we're not always in here trying to kill each other. You know, try to get better. Ask for feedback from your partner. So please, if you like the video, like us, make comments. If you guys have any comments or questions, we'd love to have that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel. Like us on Instagram, Facebook. And again, if you're ever in the area, come check us out. We'd love to have you. Take care, guys.